welcome to the All Need Music Podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Jesse.
And we are here today with Lee.
Fuh-Sue.
You heard it from him because I was going to screw it up.
It's pretty easy to remember. It starts with an F and there's a U at the end of it. So
I would have got that totally wrong.
Chop suey.
Yeah, exactly.
So Lee's a Michigan artist. Turns out he just kind of lives around the corner from me, not too far up the road. And, we've seen him around a couple places and ran into him at an ice cream shop with the kids.
Yeah, that was wild, right? The Dairy Mart in Indian River.
Right. And that place has ties to another buddy of ours, Waylon Hannell's uncle owns the place. So
nice.
Small world.
It really is. And, the Hannells, they're awesome. So because of them, I actually ran into Waylon last year when I was down in Nashville, and then being over there now I've run into you guys. So I'm starting to think the Dairy Mart and the Hannell family, they've got a really good country connection right there.
Right.
So
there you go.
Well, and it's funny too, because Indian River, it's Hannell, but everyone calls him Waylon Hannell. And we actually asked him before. We were like, Waylon, hang on. I had somebody jump my crap over in Indian River about saying Waylon Hannell, and they were like, it's Hannell. And I was like, well, when I saw him in concert, I'm certain he said Waylon Hannell. And he's like, it's technically Hannell, but people started calling me Hannell, so I just ran with it because it was easier than correcting people. And I'm like, well, just so you know, your people in Indian River are still correcting people.
That's
the family.
So some other connections with Waylon. You guys were both nominees at the Josie Awards last year. And again this year.
Yeah, that's talk about a really small world. He's a heck of a performer. Forgive me, Waylon, if I got this one wrong, but I think you won Entertainer of the Year last year in our genre, which was awesome. And it was funny because Heidi and Jeff and Waylon, we had a chance to go to Robert's Western World. We're drinking beers, we're talking shop, and all that. Just really getting the opportunity to catch up, man. It was great. And then we go to the Grand Ole Opry, and then that big old place, they were sitting like 2 rows behind us. So as soon as they announced it, he comes walking down. I'm sitting on the corner and I'm leaning back like, what's up? Give him 5. He's a good kid and very deserving of that. So, but we're going to be going back again this year. So,
hell yeah!
Best
you guys have
to
some recession specials at the Robert Western World there?
Yes. You don't go there. I mean, first of all, it's the only place on Broadway you can get a beer for $2. PBR. I was like, we were staying here all night. Not to mention they're playing old time country, and I absolutely love this. And my brother's sitting over here, and he's like face planted into that fried bologna sandwich and moon pie. I was like, "Yeah, bro, we got it going."
Yeah, that's one of the best things on Broadway.
Oh, without a doubt.
I think it's $6 something.
Yeah, like $6 or something. Yeah.
I remember
we went
pie,
in there, bag of chips, and fried bologna sandwich.
Oh, dude, if that's not about as like country and southern as you can get right there, I don't know what it is. It was awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, we went down to CMA Fest last year. Took a couple of buddies with us. Well, a bunch of people. They'd never been, and so we're like, you got to go there. And I think Carl ordered like a Bud Light, and it was like $9. And I'm like, dude, you could get almost 2 recession specials with 2 beers, 2 sandwiches, 2 moon pies, 2 chips for almost the price you spent for 1 Bud Light. Like,
yeah,
you can't beat that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. We walked next door to Tootsie's. I was going to walk and show my brother like where the famous portal was that all the musicians would come out of and like walk over, to Tootsie's, have a couple beers and stumble back. I forgot what Willie said, so forgive me if I got the quote wrong. He said it's something like, 30 steps to the back door and 40 back or something from the stumbling or staggering. Something to that effect. Yeah, I just thought it was cool. So I'm going and I'm like, I'm going to buy a beer. I just got done drinking at Robert's Western World, for $20. I was having a pretty good time. And I'm like, I'll get another PBR. And she goes, $9. It's like, oh, you just hurt me a little bit right there. Right.
I'm going back across
going back down the row here.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's I think a must for anybody who's never been to Nashville. It's one of the last, real honky tonks, as Broadway's kind of been taken over by the modern artist bars country. And I don't know. I'm a sucker for the vintage things in general, but Robert's Western World, I hope, never goes away. No matter what happens with Broadway, to me, it's one of the only few good reasons to go to Broadway, unless you've never been and just want to see it.
Oh yeah,
it's to me not a place to hang out unless you're at Robert's. So great time there.
Two
always.
is like the woo-woo girls and the frat boys that cruise up and down Broadway. They might stop in there, but they ain't hanging around because one, they're playing old school honky tonk country, and it's a very small place. And they're like, oh no, we can't. We want to dance. We want to do this, and it's just like, nope. Head on down.
We got to go get on the roof and go
or something. Get the hell out of here.
Yep, I witnessed a handful of those places. I looked at my wife and I was like, this might not be the same place we came to 15 years ago. It was kind of like
night and day different.
It was huge different.
Yeah.
Huge different. So I got to get down there a little more to make sure I don't get too shocked, I guess, what's going on.
Yeah, well,
so speaking of down south, you're originally from North Carolina?
Yeah. So 17 miles west of Charlotte, North Carolina, little county called Gaston County, Gastonia. Shout out to the gas house. All my friends back there that may still be there. But grew up there and was born in upstate South Carolina. So my joke is that I was a border hopper my whole life. I lived right on the state line, if you look at it geographically. And we'd go back and forth, family in South Carolina and family in North Carolina. So
nice.
Yeah.
How the hell did you end up in northern Michigan?
Right.
A really good looking girl. We wound up getting married, and
I heard they got a few of them up there.
Yeah, they got a handful hanging around in northern Michigan, the Midwest. Only I married the best looking one though. I'm sticking to that story. Okay.
There you go.
But yeah, she had moved down there, and I actually ran into her. I mean, if we're just shooting the breeze here, whole story on it. Ran into her. She was teaching at the same school as my mom. And I happened to have an off day and walked in just trying to be a nice son, probably score some brownie points, but drop a lunch off for my mom. And she comes walking out of the office, and all the office ladies are like, because I'm doing this number here. And they're like, yeah, Lee, is that better than playing guitar? And I was like, close. Close. So what's the story? And he said, well, she's from northern Michigan. And I was like, oh, that's the girl my mom mentioned to me. I'm like, can't let mom know that I saw her and I agree. So
mom was kind of trying to play matchmaker beforehand a little bit, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. Mom's always good for that.
Right?
She was good for that, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. She was right on that one. So give her props. Thanks, Mom.
There you go.
Yep.
So she did she move back here for family and then you came along, or you guys just kind of said, you know what, we don't want the warmth and the humidity, we want to go freeze to death in Siberia?
I probably did not choose the Siberia option.
Right.
So we lived down there for 10 years, and she took the heat like a trooper, but it did get to be a little bit much, and she was missing here. And I was like, well, there's got to be a couple of things fall into place, and I'll share this story here too. We were looking for work. She had found an interview in Pellston originally. Okay. So she got the interview, and she's like, all right. And I was like, okay, well, I'll start looking tomorrow morning. So I'm up at 6:00, and I'm, getting ready to do my thing. I was working construction down south, and I was like, yeah, how am I going to find anything that's close to what I was doing down here? And there was an opening over in Onaway. Won't say the name of the place, but
okay.
They had an opening for project manager there, and I was like, okay, this is cool. So I put in for it, and like 5 minutes later, I had a response email. You got an interview. I was like, okay, this is kind of real. So we come up here, fast forward, do our thing. She gets an offer. I go do my interview, and I'm like as honest as I can be with these guys. I'm like, look, I do precast concrete, all this, steel. I don't know a lot. I'm not an engineer, but I do major construction, so maybe I can learn it. And I got a phone call like a day later with an offer too, and I'm sitting here like, oh man, what are we gonna do? I was like, my mom is going, my mom is gonna just blow a gourd, she's just gonna have a spasm, an aneurysm or something. But we wound up taking
not like
it
you're
on.
moving a couple hours away.
No, it was. I'm looking back on it, and I'm like, the things that we did, loading up the U-Haul, driving through the mountains of West Virginia with that big sucker. I was like white knuckled the whole way. I look back on the whole thing, but I was like, none of that goes in place without having a higher power in place. And so, you know, I was thankful that we did do it, because living up here, as much as I love back home, and I love all y'all back in the Carolinas, I do. Charlotte and the whole area where I grew up, it's unrecognizable almost when I go back there. So it's a nice, beautiful piece of like, this is heaven on earth up here when it's not snowing for 9 months out of the year.
Right.
So
we get a week and a half where it's incredible.
Right. Sometimes there's some real nice days where you get to go out ice fishing, the sun's shining,
That's true.
the wind's not howling, and it's not bad.
Yeah.
But that's a few days out of the winter.
Yeah, you're right about that. You know, I love deer season up here, not being in a t-shirt with my bow and absolutely just being covered in mosquitoes and stuff, you know. Yeah, that's a bonus. But no, it's beautiful up here, and raising my kids up here has been pretty awesome. So.
Absolutely.
Do you find that trying to do music here, I don't know if you even allow yourself to go there, like, would it be an easier road from the Carolinas than being a little more removed in northern Michigan?
No, I don't think so, honestly. You know, I tried doing everything down there, albeit, you know, technology's advanced a lot, so that helps, right? But I tried doing some of it down there. I gave it a good, 2 years, and probably could have stuck with it, but we got married and took a job, and I look at it, if I'd really been grinding and doing it down there, I think I would have just been in an oversaturated kind of genre, oversaturated place. There's piles of good musicians that live down there, and there's amazing talent here in northern Michigan. I think what helped me, though, is being here was kind of like an incubator, and I got to become friends with a lot of these really great musicians, a lot of these really good writers, and producers, and they were able to like mentor me into this, where I didn't really have that down there, because it's like a dog eat dog world almost, and most people were like pretty cutthroat. They're like, I got to watch out for me, man, because there's like 800 of you coming to take my spot, and it's not like that here. So
yeah, I have noticed that about Michigan in general, not just northern Michigan, where a lot of the artists seem to be willing to help each other out and not feel like it's me versus you. It's more like it's us versus the world kind of thing. Like, we'll band together.
Let's go.
Yeah,
exactly. And I actually had somebody ask me this question just recently, like, so you're going to the Josies down in Nashville, Tennessee? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, do you know Waylon Hannell? And I was like, yes, I do. And she's like, so you're like his competition? And I was like, no, not at all. I would not even put it in that context. I'm like, we're both artists. Right. And we're both just trying to do the best we can with our art, convey our stories, our message, whatever it is that we have, and connect with other people. That's really what it is. It's a community of artists. It's not about competition. Not with us.
Yeah, you guys are cheering on each other and hoping for the best and everything. It's like you said, it's not dog eat dog and cutthroat. It's more of let's show Nashville what Michigan has to offer.
That's 100%, man. 100%. We're outside of there, so let's show them what the outsiders can do. So
Plus, they sing about God's country and everything down there in the southern states and everything, but it's like, come up to Michigan. This is really God's country up here.
I'm not going to get myself in trouble, but I will say that I have gone on record that I've moved so far north that I am back down south, because the folks in the great North Midwest, they're phenomenal. I really do. I feel like I'm back home in the Carolinas with how hospitable and kind everyone is up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Aaron
but it
Lewis
is God's
actually
country here
said
too.
that before. At a show up in the Sioux, Aaron Lewis was like, this is every bit of the South, just up north. A
little colder temperature.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But if you come in the summertime, it's really not.
Yeah.
Shit, it's 87 degrees right now and muggy as shit outside. I had to jump in the pool before I came on here.
Yeah, it's definitely like the Carolinas right now.
Yeah.
But I was going to say another thing. You invoke the Sioux and then wintertime activities. We got NASCAR on ice up there in the winter. It's
like true.
A big old left turn right there, the I-500, right?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
And that's, any redneck from the South would love that if they were up here, without a doubt.
Oh, right. And we did. We enjoyed that one. There was many a beer drank watching those sleds go around. So that's a good time.
Well,
Right, and you don't got the roll cages and everything like they do in the NASCAR and
Right.
everything.
Oh man,
you
yeah,
you hit a curb or a bank, you're going for a spill.
yeah,
and
you are.
those guys don't mind going airborne.
Yeah, no,
NASCAR, that's a bad thing if you're airborne.
yeah, yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's like, we do some pretty crazy things. The hold my beer statement is pretty prevalent down south. There've been a lot of hold my beer moments in my life, and got the scars to remind myself of them. But watching those guys down the backstretch at like I-500 and just open it up, I'm like, dude, that is only just a little bit of plastic and smoke.
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
he hits the wrong mogul, he's toast. I was like,
Yeah,
That's
those-
Back when I
crazy.
was in my 20s and 30s, I was all yee and everything, and I get there
Oh,
a little
yeah?
bit, but now it's like shit. The other day I was helping our boy move, and he had a old skateboard, a longboard, and I jumped in the parking lot, and I was going around. He's like, "Oh, you're pretty good at that," and I'm like, "Yeah, I better get off right now before I really hurt myself and embarrass myself
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm not 20 anymore."
break an
Oh,
ankle.
dude, I feel that. I had to trim my beard today to try and hide these grays that were showing up in it a little bit, Yeah.
Will that work?
Yeah, no, I mean,
That-
you guys are distinguished though. You're distinguished. From you, it's like that peppered in, Anyways.
See, I was kind of like you until I met Matt, and then it's just.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
And I
contagious.
shaved the other day. I had a nice beard down here, and it hid the the grays and everything besides the sides. But then I shaved, and I was like, dang, there's a lot coming in here now. I'm gonna look like Matt before any.
By the end of the year.
so hanging with Matt, you're saying this is all going white before it's over with.
I mean, the closer you get to him right now, I mean, it might rub off.
I drug him to too many concerts. He wasn't used to it. He can't keep up.
I
Got
mean,
it.
Put some
That's
years
pro-
on him.
that's
Yeah,
probably
you
what
guys-
it is.
Yeah, looking around the studio here, you guys get around to quite a bit, man. That's awesome. So I mean, y'all get to do some pretty cool stuff too. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, Matt does get around.
I do. That's my joy in life is I want to go to, well, I think it was in 2023 was our record year. We went to like 60
50-year
some,
CMA Fest was.
yeah, we did like
Yeah.
60 some shows that year and 70 some different artists
Yeah.
or 70 some shows and 60 some different artists. That's what it was. Because that year we seen several people multiple times. Felt like we
Yeah.
were on tour with Jelly Roll for a couple of weeks there. I think
That's
we
awesome.
saw him like 6 times in like a 8-week span or something.
Yeah. And you never
So-
did get your big guy merch.
No,
Oh.
he still owes me that Rock and Jock jersey, and one of these days we're gonna run into each other again, and I'm gonna remind him of it, and I'm gonna say, "Listen, I'm following you home. I'm gonna pick it up because you promised it to me, and I'm not taking. And if you don't have it anymore, you better find something else in your closet that's just as cool to go up on the wall,
Yeah, but now I can wear his clothes.
right?"
So
those
Yeah,
are
so he's-
major
maybe he's getting rid of all his old stuff and he'll just give it to you.
There you go. So
That's cool.
speaking of shows, you got some shows on the books. One of them in particular
Some.
that's
A
that's
shitload
pretty
of
exciting.
shows.
You got the Emmett County Fair
Yep.
opening up there.
Hey, yeah.
That's
Travis
gotta
Tritt,
be a-
baby.
Oh, that's like a dream come true. I'm not like as a kid, Travis Tritt, I was like him. I mean, I got a lot, but Travis Tritt was a huge one that I looked up to. I love
Hell yeah.
one, the way he delivers songs, and then just the energy that he puts into it, man. So being able to do that was a moment where I'm not gonna lie, they made the call and I may have had to pull over for the tears coming out of my eyes. I was like, oh man, just all the years of
Nice.
grinding, and that is where we're gonna get to go to. I was like, that is just, I'm very thankful. If y'all are watching at the fair, I know I've told you a million times, but I'm gonna tell you 1,000,001. Thank you so much for the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, that's got to be cool, and being close to home too,
Absolutely.
right? So
Sweet.
you can have your wife and kids there easily,
Oh, man, that's-
without
yeah.
if it was, oh well, we want you to open for them, but it's in Mobile, Alabama, and it's like,
A little bit
all
tougher.
right, well, how am I going to make this work? Because I'm going to do it, but
Oh,
now
yeah.
I want to bring the wife and kids to see it. It's a whole lot easier close to home to pull that off.
No doubt, man. I just have, there's a great community of friends, like I said, and other artists that are around there asking how they can help in any way right now. Because I was like looking for volunteers to help run a merch table. I was like, yeah, I could have a merch table. Who's gonna run it?
Right.
I'm like, I don't know. And my wife's like, well, I can run it. I was like, man, I'd really like you to be backstage with me and the kids. It's like, that's a huge moment. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're absolutely right. It's like being in my hometown, even though I'm up here in northern Michigan, Petoskey. I spent an awful lot of time there playing, as you've probably seen from the list, and it's from the schedule this year
Yeah.
and the previous years. So like going there, it's gonna be like a hometown show for me. It's gonna be amazing, and not to mention Travis Tritt. I mean, he's a country legend, man. So that's just awesome.
Well, and it's really cool too because, like Matt said, you know, if you were say you were going down there to Alabama or something, obviously you have family North Carolina, South Carolina, you know, fans from there. But up here, you have such a fan base in Northern Michigan. There's sometimes, and we always promote like telling people like there's so many people that go to concerts and they miss the opener. You know, they show up late, like, oh, the concert starts at 7, but you know, Travis Tritt, he probably won't go on until 8:30, so we'll show up at 8, you know, with something, and we're gonna miss the opener. Here, like you're gonna have so many people like local that are, you know you, and they're gonna, so it's gonna be really cool to see, and then all these other people are gonna be like, holy shit, all these people are showing up for him. We better listen. We better get in there instead of riding the carnival rides and eating a corn dog. We better get our asses in here and listen to this dude. So
Yeah,
super
well,
cool.
I certainly hope so. I mean, even if it's empty, I'm gonna play my heart out like I'm on the Grand Ole Opry stage or something, man. It doesn't matter.
I don't think it'll
how
be
many people
empty
are
though.
there.
I don't think it'll be empty.
Yeah. It
Well,
ain't.
I appreciate that, Jesse. Well,
It ain't gonna be empty, and that's the thing, right? We plug all the time, and we've done it from day one. So it's not just us like blowing smoke up somebody's ass. Is how many great artists have we found because we were there for the opener, and
Absolutely.
artists
So many.
that are hanging on the wall here now,
Yeah.
and are much more, you know, common names. Maybe they're still not, you know, stadium names, but
yeah,
they're on their way there, and we've been following them since they were, you know, early on, and telling people like, hey, you know, you need to check this person out. Like you're missing out if you're not there listening to this stuff, you know,
Yeah.
because to me, how cool is it to say like, oh, well, that guitar right up there, behind you, Lee, is signed by Jamie Johnson and some really young girl from Alabama that nobody knew her name at the time.
Nobody knew
I
her
shouldn't
name a
say
year
nobody.
afterwards.
So, shouldn't say nobody, but she certainly was not a household name, and now is Miss Ella Langley.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show that when you're there for shows early, like that, no one can ever take that from us. Seeing Ella Langley playing with Jamie Johnson and talking about how she first met him through Randy Houser, and you know those stories. She's probably not telling them now in stadiums and whatnot, you know, but
No.
we were there early on. You know, we
Yeah.
were there early on for more artists than I can count, and those memories are just as good, if not better, as some of the most incredible headlining shows that we've been to be able to say like, hey, you remember when we were there for this person, and they were like maybe 1,000 followers on social media, if that, and now look at them, right? And
Yeah.
so we
Right, and
push
that's-
that hardcore with anyone that's listened to us knows that that's our mountain that we'll die on.
That's awesome,
we
guys.
we love the up and coming artists. I mean, we've, like Matt said, we've been to how many shows? We've seen all the stadium shows. We've seen the theatrics. We've seen the people, and it's just like that's awesome and everything, and we're glad that they're there. But we would rather see, you know, a smaller show of an artist where we're like, damn, they're one of these days, and I don't know, I I get mad sometimes because, you know, like that. We'll take the Ella Langley, or like you said, we were on tour with Jelly Roll for the most part. That was like very young in his, like I used to follow him when he was a rapper, and I loved him, and I'd seen him before he even blew up on TikTok, and we were there. And now it's like, now that they're so big, it's kind of like I mean, they're still great and it's awesome and it's great that they were that success. But now it's like all these people that we were telling, like, you guys should go listen to these people, listen to them. And now they're like, hey, did you hear that song by Jelly Roll? Or did you hear that song by Ella Langley or Hardy or something like that? And it's just like, yeah, we told you 5 years ago to go listen to that. And now you're like this super fan. And so it's like, I'm almost gravitating away from all these people that we've been pushing out for years and years and years. I'm not gravitating away from them. I still love them and support them, but I want to find someone like you know, that is opening for Travis Tritt, because there's going to be one day that, you know, somebody's going to be opening for you and you're going to be on that, you know, big stage or something like that. You know, you're going to be the headliner and you're going to have an opener, and you'll probably feel the same way. Like, hey, check out this opener. Like, I was there one day, you know, back in the day, and now I'm here. This is where I started. Make sure you're checking them out. So
that's awesome, guys, that y'all do that. And I hope that I never lose the opener mentality, though. That's just the thing with that.
I think some artists do, and I'm always disappointed by that. I'd much rather see an artist that brings their opener out, you know, and does a song with them or something.
Do a song with them, yeah.
We were at a show, and we don't like to throw shade on any artists on the podcast at all. So we'll tell stories, but we won't mention names in the stories. But we went, we loved the opener, like absolutely loved the opener. All right, and the opener had written a song that the headliner recorded.
Oh.
And the headliner didn't even bring the opener out to do that song together.
Brought her on tour with her, but then didn't bring her up to sing the song that she wrote and recorded.
And I could tell you this, instead of not showing up for the opener, we left for the headliner. Three songs in, we left.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you know what?
Give respect where respect is due.
Yeah. Right. You know, and you're not, to me, I don't care who you are, even if you're Morgan Wallen, you're not so big that you should be forgetting where you came from, that you were once that, you know, curled hair here looking like who was the king from Shrek or whatever, his little curved hair. You remember Morgan Wallen when he had that hair?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. When he was on like American Idol or some shit.
You weren't some heartthrob, and you weren't freaking playing, you know, stadiums.
You didn't have a Hardy at that time writing all your songs.
Right. Yeah. You know what? Remember that and show a little bit of love to the person that's opening up and bring them out. So whenever I'm at a show and a headliner brings the opener out and says, hey, I'm going to bring them back out to do this song with me, you just earned major brownie points in my book, because you're giving them another shot to be in front of that crowd, or a bigger crowd that maybe wasn't there for their whole set, to hear them and hear their name again and give them some love. And there's no doubt in my mind, and I guarantee you this right now, you check your follower count the day before you do that show, and you check your follower count the day after, and I guarantee you've got more followers, because there's going to be people that don't know you that day necessarily. Sure. And they're going to hear you, and they're going to be like, oh, follow. I'm going to check them out on Spotify or Pandora or whatever, YouTube Music. Like, they're going to do that. And those bigger artists need to remember that they've got a lot of weight with the fans to be able to say, hey, you know what? This dude or this gal opened up for me. Show them some love. Go give them a follow. Check out their music. I love what they're doing. You're going to like them too. Yeah. And an artist doing that takes 3 seconds that I just said all that. Yeah. And that 3 seconds can change the trajectory for anybody by miles.
100%. I mean, they got a lot of clout. They got a lot of pull, you know?
Right. Instead of talking politics and using your damn platform for something stupid, why don't you use your platform to promote up and coming artists, you know?
Yep.
You know, talk about them and get people to go follow them. Which I will say, though, we're not throwing shade at Morgan Wallen. We just use him as an example. He does. He does a lot of that. He brings people up all the time. But we just used him as an example because he's a megastar, you know. Use that megastar platform to help the people that you were at one time, and maybe some of those people didn't get help coming up, and you can help them, and so why not? Like, I mean,
Absolutely.
that's what we do this podcast for. I mean, it is to, go and see a bunch of these, concerts and meet a lot of people and stuff like that. But it's more like we do the podcast to find people like you that are in the upcoming of their music journey, and we want to promote you and help, and we don't have like a ton of pull like Morgan Wallen, but we're going to do
Right.
everything we can.
No, you got-
and why
you got
not
more,
do
man.
that? Like, it doesn't take anything besides us rambling on like this to, like Matt said, 3 seconds to give a shout out.
Well, no, and Jesse, you're very right about what y'all do here. First of all, Morgan Wallen, I've heard great things about how he does support up and coming artists.
He does, yeah.
He hasn't forgotten all that, so that's awesome. And yeah, to use him as an analogy, how big he is, I get it totally. But I gotta thank you guys. Honestly, like when Matt said, "Hey, we got to get you on the show," like I was blown away. He knew my name when I was like coming out of the ice cream. I was like, "Wait, what?" I'm sorry, you know who I am. And I told my wife, I was like, it was like one of those weird moments for me. It was like somebody knew who I was. I'm not just putting stuff out into the universe that disappears. So I thought that was,
well, hopefully it keeps
cool.
coming.
Yeah. Well, no, and I appreciate that. But what y'all do here on this podcast, I got to thank y'all so much for what y'all do. For all of us who are out here grinding every single day, just trying to make it, man. We appreciate it.
Well,
and we appreciate you guys that are doing that every day and grinding. Matt and I have talked about it many times. We are not artists. We do not sing. We do not play. We are musically.
Our talent is talking.
It's a good talent.
And too
I would
much.
say bullshit. Bullshit.
Probably too much.
Ask our wives.
Wrong with shooting the shit, man.
Well, and that's the thing too, is even though we're not artists, we've never claimed to be, never will claim to be, there are similarities in what we do, right? So we've been doing this podcast. Well, we had another one before this too, for 4 years now, and we never made a dime until a month ago.
Yeah.
Right. It was all just putting out money like artists do. They're buying instruments. They're buying studio time. They're, having CDs pressed or whatever over the years. Right. Just plugging away, hoping. And for us, we've always said, like, we'd love one day to have the podcast grow enough to where it pays us to where that was our job. Right. But right now, we both still have regular, mine's an 8 to 5. Jesse's is about like a 9 till about 10:15, maybe 10:30, and then it's walk around in the yard sending Snapchats all day.
10:30 at night. 10:30 at night.
There we go.
I'm at work.
Get it right.
I'm at work getting Snapchats of him sitting in the hot tub, and then the next Snapchat I get, he's like laid out in a lawn chair. So,
Looking on my tan,
and I'm like, oh yeah, I only got 8
man,
more
sun's
hours
out,
of
guns
this.
out. You got to get all toned up and tan, man.
Matt and I are the yin and the yang. We've talked about it many times. Like, he always wears sleeves. I'm always sleeveless. My hat's backwards. His is forward, unless I got my cowboy hat on. So yeah, I gotta tan these babies up if they're on, TV here.
Right.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome.
So, but
awesome,
we do
guys.
still have to work like so many artists though, that they're, working through trying to make, this dream a reality. Right. So it's not just, I'm going to play, in my garage, or I'm going to do this. It's like everyone has this vision of turning it into something that pays the bills.
That's right.
Right. And it's not, I don't think for anybody, and even for us, it's not like, oh man, wouldn't that be great to be famous? It's, I really enjoy doing this, and wouldn't it be great to call this my job?
100%.
Right. So that I could get paid to just do this and go to shows and meet artists and talk to them and share their stories and let people see that they're just everyday real people too, that just have a really cool talent in being able to sing and play. That not all of us have, right? That's, a real thing.
At the end all goal, the whole reason we started this, we were like, hey, if we could just make a few bucks just so we can go and buy more concert tickets and go and see more live music, that's really what that was like the main goal, the dream was probably the same as your dream, is to someday pay all the bills and live comfortably and do what you love, and just play music for people, and
Yep.
so that's
And compliments of Ticketmaster. We've made enough money already that we can buy one Morgan Wallen ticket.
That's the truth, man. Those guys. We won't get started on that one. Oh, that's a rabbit hole.
That's one that's we don't dog on artists by name, but I will always dog on Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
They suck. They always suck. They will always suck for eternity, and they ruin live music. So support your local small venues that aren't using Ticketmaster for their ticketing. Go and put more money in an artist's pocket and more money in a local venue's pocket, because they're bringing the music to you and not hoarding it all like Live Nation and Ticketmaster.
Yep.
So speaking of live music, Lee, I want to just we're going through, like Matt was saying, he's got a couple shows coming up, which was completely false. I mean, if you go on to Lee's website and look at his like tour schedule that he has, I mean that ain't a couple shows. That's like I won't say it, I won't curse, but that's a metric F load of shows you got for the summer.
It's a lot.
And some of them that I was like burning through here, they were talking about like what the event is, and quite a few of them you got the Whiskey Wranglers.
Oh, yeah.
As the event. I want to know more about the Whiskey Wranglers. What is that all about?
The Whiskey Wranglers. So that was a whole vision that I had for the full band. Okay. I was like, we got to call these guys something. They're some of the best guys. I'm fortunate enough to call them my friends, brothers, really. And they are some of the best songwriters and musicians Northern Michigan has to offer.
Hell yeah.
They we get together and we play banger 90s country music, and we play some rock tunes too. I mean, we got a couple Luke Bryan songs that we rock a little bit harder than maybe he does. Sorry, Luke, I'm not trying to knock you. You've done a really good thing with your career,
Right?
But we rock them out a little bit longer, and we trade off. They trade off some guitar solos. But those guys, when we wanted to come up with a name, I was like, all right. So when I first started years and years ago, it was a duo. It was called Dogwood Rhythm. I was like, well, now that I've kind of made that like the company name, for this sole proprietorship and all the paperwork. So I don't want to tie all of it to that. And I was like, got to have something that's got a country theme here. I was like, all right. So I like to write some older style country and newer style country. And I was like, what goes with all that? I was like, whiskey, cowboys. All right, they wrangle, they do these things, Whiskey Wranglers. And I was just like, I love the sound of that. So it's just like, and I was like, all right, well, how do I tie this back in so that people don't get confused when I put it on a bill anywhere in Northern Michigan, because I've been running with my name for so long.
Right.
I was like, all right, so it's Lee and the Whiskey Wranglers. And it's kind of like Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefers back in the day. It's kind of how I came up with that idea. So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's
yeah, I didn't know
man.
if it was like a production company or something like that, but yeah, that's even way better that's the band's name. So hell yeah.
Yeah. So we just started that experiment last summer, and all the pieces came right into place at the right time. We had all known of each other, and it just happened that we clicked really well. And we said, we're going to play a couple. So we played a couple of shows, the Sheboygan Fireman's Ball, and handful of things in downtown Sheboygan, like the DDA, which we were very happy to do. And then a handful of smaller venues in the area. Well, I think we've got 13 on the books this year, including Pond Hill.
Nice.
Which is going to be a lot of fun. We did the Fireman's Ball again. And then we're going to be playing in my hometown of Indian River this coming Saturday. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad I got the backstory on that one, because that makes it even cooler, because I thought it was somebody putting it on for you, like that was the group or something, but that's you guys. So are those guys all like local Northern Michigan guys, or
100%?
Nice.
100%. Yeah. And we've got some fantastic guys in there. I'll give them all a shout out really quick. Lead guitar, we got Brett Harford over on the pedal steel and Telecaster 2, and some backup vocals. We got Mr. Ryan Peters. Jack Regal toting the bass line. Jack won't be able to be with us this week, so we're real appreciative that Joe Carlson will be stepping in. He's phenomenal at that. Adam Price on the drums. Backstory on Adam, when y'all see him, he don't traditional country is, you'll keep that time. He's an ex-metal guy, so he's got a double pedal. So every now and again, he throws a little flair. So
nice.
It's a lot of fun. And then really, really excited. This guy's my mentor. He's a friend. He's been a producer and a sound engineer for me, and he is a legend in the Northern Michigan scene. Mr. Chip Stead. He'll be playing the fiddle and harmonica, and he might even pick up a guitar and throw some shred. So
nice.
If you guys have been around up here, Chip used to play with Billy Joel.
Yep.
Cool. So y'all familiar with the Guitar Wizard then?
Yeah.
He's a great dude.
That's great. And so, I mean, the nice thing is that anybody who's not from this area, you automatically know he's doing country music when he tells you he's got somebody playing fiddle, somebody playing harmonica, somebody on pedal steel. If those don't make your heart do a little pitter patter and like, ooh, those are my sounds. I like that. That's country.
Almost like you're picking on a guitar porch or something like that when you got that kind of arsenal with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we throw in some favorite songs, like we throw in a couple Croce songs and even some Tom Petty, but we play them still with fiddle and lap steel and have a good time with it, man. So we have some fun.
Very cool.
Eventually I do. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say is eventually we'd play a handful of honky tonk songs that I wrote, but eventually we're going to start doing some of the other stuff that I've written too. So it's a lot of fun.
And I do like that when there are a lot of country artists out there that kind of like bridge that gap between like rock and country. And I mean, my favorite music growing up was classic rock, but classic rock back then, it was
just rock.
Yeah. It was just rock, yeah. But, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, you can't do rock and country and bridge that, and it was like, hell yeah, you can. Like they go hand in hand,
right?
Because if you have a super talented band with you that can do that kind of stuff, because absolutely picking away and harmonica and steel guitar and all that stuff, that is country to a T. But when you can incorporate that and kind of do more of the rock genre, like that is some of my absolute favorite. I know Hardy bridges that gap a lot, and there's a lot of people that he ain't even country, and it was just like, dude, you know how many country songs that he's wrote, but yet he does that for his live performances because he absolutely rocks the entire crowd. Like everybody is just like, that's what it's all about. Like, yeah, I do love listening to some honky tonk country, but I also like when they really, guitar solo for a minute, just jamming away on a guitar or some drums or fiddle, harmonica. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Matt and I had this conversation while we were standing there eating our ice cream the other day and running down our hands. It's if you step back and you listen to the lyrics, if you actually break down what's been written in the story, the entire storyline, it's country. Is it my dog got shot and my truck broke down and it's pouring down rain on me sometimes? No, not all the time, but it's still there. And I think as artists, sometimes we hear those voices out there that are saying all that, and it's like, man, it kind of locks me in this box. Well, I'm like, I grew up playing everything, hearing everything, listening to everything. I'm a musician at heart. I love music. I love music. And whatever the song calls for this is probably one of the most important lessons that I learned from Chip. And I'm going to say it, whatever the song calls for is what the song needs. And sometimes even to my own discomfort as the songwriter and as the artist, but you sit back and you start listening to it and you're like, you know what? He's right. That made that song. That's what did it. And if it's got a rock or a little bit of a jazz beat to it, I go and I Google stuff and Jerry Reed. That's what I was looking for. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm getting older. I need to start taking some stuff for the brain.
You're sitting next to Matt. You start losing that shit.
The gray is starting to come through more. No, Jerry.
Just on this side.
Just on this side. I'm going to go home like Two-Face. Jerry Reed. It was like, I was like, country artists who incorporated jazz scale or jazz riffs. And Jerry Reed, I was like, well, dude, yeah. Now that I think about that, I was like, he had some bangers actually, you know,
Some funky
so,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah, he did. So I was like, okay. So yeah, to hear you say that makes me feel a little bit better as an artist, to be 100% honest. You know, it's hard to be trapped in the box and just stay in that.
Sure.
Well, and the funny thing is everything evolves, right? Yep. It's constantly evolving. When Charlie Daniels did The Devil Went Down to Georgia, that was probably the first country rap song there was, right?
Close.
If you think about it,
yeah,
right?
Pretty close.
And there were people.
Yeah, nobody talked that fast. They were talking slow. If you're talking during your thing, you're talking slow.
And I guarantee you, there were some old timers who were like, "I ain't country music." You know, they did it with Hank Jr. You know, they've done it every generation. Hell, you listen to my dad, and he'll tell you they haven't made any country music since the '90s. And then I'll play him something. I'll be like, "What do you think of this?" "Well, that's all right. Who's that?" "Well, that's a new artist, Dad, because they haven't made any country music since the '90s.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, you know, if you just listen to the radio, you might buy into that, right? Sure. But if you're out looking to consume more music, especially independent music, which is really where you can find such a wide variety of everything that blends from Americana into bluegrass into country into rock into even some more hip-hoppy rap kind of stuff. It exists across the entire, you know, spectrum of country music.
Agreed.
And I don't think for a minute that anybody should be pigeonholed into one specific sound.
Agreed.
Right. And
there's no growth. There's no growth that way.
Well, and there's only so much you can do. How many chords are you going to be able to play within this little, you know, subset of a genre?
Yep.
And what are you going to be able to write and to tell stories about song after song without getting 10 songs in and having to go back to repeat what you've already done because you've now been locked in and hamstringed by this idea that only country music sounds this way. And I'll probably get some hate comments from it, and I don't care because I'll stand on it that country music is about storytelling, and it doesn't matter the tempo, the rhythm, you know, any of that. If the storytelling is there and I can sit there, close my eyes, and I can picture what this artist is singing, that's storytelling. You're putting me in that place, that's country music. I don't care what the background noise is, right? I'm a junkie for lyrics and a junkie for songwriting, and that's what I'll stand on. And if you don't like it and you think that country's too pop or rock or whatever, go listen to what you want. That's fine. I'm just telling you, broaden your horizons. You'll find some incredible music out there that you didn't know you loved.
Agreed. I mean, I think you nailed it. You can't pigeonhole yourself like that. I think you're not growing as a listener some days if you don't sit down and try to listen to what a little bit more is going on too. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, how many times do you listen to the radio and you keep it on one station the entire time? Like, I love the highway. I have Sirius XM. I love the highway, but it's like, you know, I love it that they highlight like up and comer and your new highway fine and stuff. But then like once they get it on there, then it's like they play every single song, and then they get to where it's like, all right, I've heard this song so many times and it's kind of the same thing. I liked it when they first played the original songs, when they first came out, and that's how they kind of tapped into it. And it's like, all right, now I'm switching back to Prime Country or Y2K or, you know, Willie's Roadhouse or something like that. You know, I'm listening to some old school stuff. And so I think that that's what a lot of people do is that, you know, if a song comes on, like they're changing the radio station. Everybody wants quicker, faster, you know, it's like change until you find something. So, and that's where you find the music. Like you'll broaden your horizon, like Matt said, and you'll really tap into some really good music.
For sure. I mean, and it's just natural, right? I mean, as human beings, we're not locked into one emotion every single day. Good Lord, we probably go through at least 1 million emotions every single day. Probably range anywhere from like super pissed to like super sad, you know, and whatever you connect with you're going to find it, and you're going to find it whether you're changing that radio dial or if you're sitting there hitting that forward button and that back button, whatever it lands on. You're not caring what it sounds like at that point. You care about, do I connect with this, and does that mean something to me? Does that carry how I feel right now? That's the important thing. So yeah, it's the natural order of things.
I find myself listening. I mean, I bet if you could pull my statistics from like Spotify, I would be willing to bet that 95 to 98% of what I listen to on Spotify is not an A-list kind of level singer at all. You might have somewhere between like 2 and 5% of what I listen to. And usually those are just certain songs where I'm like, oh, this is so damn good. I want to hear it again. And usually it's because it's really, really well written that I'm like, God, I love that song. But other than that, I'm looking for new people. And I love when that's probably one of the best things. And I do hate streaming music for what it's done to the industry too, in a sense, because you got to get like how many millions of streams to get paid versus like
too many.
Right. Like, well, I think Waylon was last year had like a check for like $60 or something like that from his streams. And it's like, God, that's so dumb.
But gas these days.
But it does put you in front of so many more people. And I like that it kind of learns your habits. And it's like, oh, you liked him. We think you might like this guy too. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I do like him. Thank you for putting that in front of me. So it helps you to find music that you didn't even know was out there necessarily to go looking for.
Yeah, no, for sure. It is great for that too. And that is a very real statement there. You can get all those streams and maybe wind up with like $3 or $4. And I think I made $60 in like a year and a half or 2 years. So good job, Waylon, in making that in a year. You got it. You did it, man. You did it. And I'm not making fun. I mean, that's
up to the next show.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's rough.
I won't even pay the gas to go to Nashville for a trip.
No, well, I mean, that's the whole reason I made a decision to press CDs for this next one that's coming out. So I've had a lot of people up here who are like, Lee, just press them. It's cheap to make it. I won't say the company because I don't get endorsed by them. But anyways, just get them made. It's inexpensive, and then you can turn around and you make a little bit more with the end goal being all of that gets piled back up, put back into the next recording project.
Right.
So, I mean, when I did the math, it mathed out, and I was like, yeah, we should do that. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Studio time's no joke. We've been looking at that. We're heading to Nashville after the first of the year to rent some. They do podcast studios down there.
Oh boy.
Full service where they're running the cameras, the audio, and they hand you everything like an artist.
Make Matt look good on camera.
They're gonna get my thin
as good as you can.
Can you guys tint this a little bit here?
I was gonna say they could brighten that white, really just make it like glow,
right? But looking at that, it was like, ooh wee. We gotta like lock in the people that we want to have and make this make sense, because that is not cheap. But when it's all said and done, they give you your audio files, your video files, all ready to just put out.
That's awesome.
So that's really cool, but expensive. And I totally get what you're saying, where it's like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this money. I'm gonna put this money into it, which is gonna then go back into doing this again, rinse, repeat. And maybe one day we'll get to a point where there's enough that after paying for the next studio time, I can take my wife out to dinner.
Exactly.
Woo, we're going to Taco Bell.
Yeah. You can get 2 chalupas this time.
Right. We'll get you that Lux
Taco
box
Bell ain't
for
cheap
$9.
no more.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's classy right there. Yeah.
Damn it, we're mentioning Taco Bell. Why aren't you? They should be paying us for that. Something. Maybe like 83 cents.
Walker Hayes, you don't got nothing with Applebee's. We got Taco Bell.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Late nights in Petoskey. Yeah. What's left open? Oh, Taco Bell's open. Yeah, at least stopping and getting that Lux box. Yeah, I like that idea. Matt,
there you go. Taco Bell. If you're looking for some sponsorship, please looking right now. So we'll
go and record content there.
Yeah.
Hey,
we'll eat chalupas while we're recording.
Just walk right in like we own the joint and set on. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, well, see, you need to write a song that
At
kind of
Taco
ties
Bell.
into it, and we'll shoot the music video at Taco Bell and get them to foot the bill for it.
I got something cooking here. Well, we're gonna, even if it's a 30-second jingle, we're gonna cook with that one. That's a good one.
So
Chalupa Supreme.
I told you we're not singers.
Yeah, we're not singers
Hey,
or
man.
songwriters.
Sounding good. I like where you were going with it, though. Okay,
Yeah.
you just.
I was
went
giving
for
you
it. That's what it takes.
inspiration.
You
You
just
know,
gotta go.
yeah, inspiration. You can go off of that one.
There you go.
Yeah, you can use it. Jesse will be your muse.
I'll be the
Awesome.
background. Chalupa Supreme.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Matt will be your backup dancer.
No, Matt will not be the backup
You ever seen
dancer.
Goonies, the Truffle Shuffle?
Yes,
I could pull that off.
Oh my god,
I'd probably do a mean cat
Greatest
match
movie ever.
too.
great! One of the greatest movies ever, man. I love that. Hey, guys.
Right.
Sorry.
That's
Yeah.
Jesse usually when he's drinking. Hey, you guys!
Yeah. Hey, Jesse, I'm right there with you, brother. I'll be hollering it from up here, right downstate to you. All right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's
So
fun.
in that realm of things, where do you like to send people for your music? Right. Obviously, when the
Mhm.
new CDs come out and that's coming out, you got new music coming in July, right?
I do. So July 3rd, we will release the title track to the newest project that we did. It's called Cotton Blossoms. So,
And it's a good one.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
We got a sneak peek. That's one of the perks of having a podcast, I guess.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, getting
It
a
is.
sneak peek. Jesse, I don't know if he shared that with you, but we'll get you a link if you go.
I
to-
no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did.
I
We
was-
listened
I
to
was
it on the
actually-
front porch.
Yeah, right
Awesome.
on the front porch at Matt's the other day. We listened to it. So hell
The
yeah.
funny thing is the
Nice.
night before that we had an after party here, and Waylon played us his entire new EP out by the bonfire the night before. So it was like we were actually sitting on the porch, like kind of how you were like, "Oh, these guys recognize that was cool." Like we had an experience like that in Flint where someone came up and wanted pictures with us. I'm like, this is so fucking weird. Like, why would somebody want a picture
I
with
know,
us?
right?
It's
It's crazy.
But we do the same kind of
Especially
shit where
Matt,
it's like
break the camera.
we're sitting there on the front porch and it's like, how fucking cool is this? We have one artist sharing his new EP with us last night that no one else has heard. Like his girlfriend was here too, and two of the songs he played us, she hadn't even heard yet. So we're
Wow.
hearing them that quick,
That's
you know.
awesome.
And then listening to yours the next morning out on the front porch, and it was like, how fucking cool is this that like we're getting to hear stuff before anyone else has really, other than like sound
People
engineers,
involved.
you know, the
Right.
artist himself and maybe their immediate family,
Right.
and getting to hear it. So that's a good one. You guys are gonna like that. July 3rd when that drops.
Yep.
In the meantime, where do you like to send people when they're, you know, when you want them to check out your music? Is there a platform you're trying to push more than others?
So I do try to push more traffic through the website because it has links to everything. It has links to all the socials. Well, but yeah, the website.
Right up top. Right up top.
Fuh-Sue.com. I don't know if we have a way of putting that up there, but
You'll get cool
Yeah,
hats
we'll
like
add
what
that
he's wearing
in
right
the,
now.
the description on YouTube. There you
Awesome.
are.
Thank you.
We were hoping you were gone, but you showed back
Yeah, I seen those
I just-
on one of your pictures. I was like, damn it, I need one of them koozies.
up. You got one.
You got one, bro.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Made sure I got Cami for you too. But
Nice,
yeah, no, the
nice.
hat, it's an idea. We do have some hats that are coming out. They're being printed right now. And then I did just get my first short release of shirts that I'm using to help sell and bundle and resell. So that'll
Yeah.
be coming as well. I'll be like, come on, kid, come on.
Yeah, no, but that was
Oh,
me.
no.
I was trying.
No,
to,
I'm used to
I was
Matt.
trying
I'm used to
click
Matt
Jesse
rambling.
gone.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
was like,
yeah.
Jesse's gone. Click.
Nice.
No. So yeah, I think all you missed was he was directing people to the website and told them we'd put that in the description on the YouTube as well.
Matt, what
Go to
is
his
that
website.
website?
It's Lee.
No,
Fuh-Sue.
I want Matt to say it.
It's leefasu.com.
He got it.
Okay, all right. He
Yes.
got it. He got it. All right.
I'm notorious. You ask me tomorrow, I'm going to butcher it. Guaranteed. I'm like, it was.
I was gonna try to
Lee
say it
F.
earlier.
That I remember.
I was gonna try to
That's
say it
right.
earlier because I was like, yeah, it's right up top. All his socials right up top. The website is this, and I was like, I ain't even gonna try to say it.
Yeah. Well, if you go to the EPK, so I had to think about that. I was in public relations for a little while at school, and my daytime job, we talked about that really quick. I do marketing and then repping for other businesses, and I was kind of like,
nice.
I need to probably just do the phonetic thing with that last name. So I did it for people, and they figured it out. I was like, I'm gonna put that on my EPK. That way, when if anybody ever goes there, I send anywhere, they'll be able to figure out Fuh-Sue. Oh, great. So
I think you should call it leefu.com.
yeah,
I think
That's awesome.
that would be a hit. I think
Would be.
That's
Like,
You drive people to your music just by the website. You could just put reels out and just say leefu.com.
I'll take that under advisement and consideration, boys. I appreciate that.
It's like, I'm good, thanks. That's why I do marketing.
He's like, wait, my kids.
I'm not
see
doing
this.
a great job of it. No.
Dad, how do I look up your website?
Yeah.
Go to leefu.com.
Yeah.
No.
That would be great. You gave me a good joke for the next time I play live at a small place.
There you
'Cause
go.
I like to
yeah.
mess with people every now and then too, so that'll be a good one.
That'd be
Go.
perfect. You know what you do is get a shirt made that says that and then have the actual website underneath it.
Oh, making a phone call to my printer right after we get out of here.
Oh,
That's awesome.
well. We
Hunt, pray,
appreciate you.
leefu.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we appreciate you stopping by.
Well, thanks for having me.
We'll definitely be putting the clips and everything out on social media, as well as the full episode on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, wherever else it goes, to all of those places as
Awesome.
well. Bright side for you is you've at least got a check from Spotify. We still have not.
We got to fix that.
But Facebook's paying us, so we'll take it. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. I appreciate that. Probably the only decent thing you've done in your life was cut me a check.
Awesome.
At any rate, thanks for stopping in. We appreciate having you on. You guys go check him out on all the socials. Go to his website. You can follow him from everywhere. Just starting at one point and just go down the list. Click, follow, click, follow, click, follow. Get him on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, everywhere. I think, is that all of them? Did I get all of them?
They're all
Are
over
you,
the
are
place.
you on X?
Go on to the website.
No, I'm not. I'm not on formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah,
No.
not on Twitter.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not tweeting or Xing or whatever that is. But everywhere
No.
else, you can
Yep.
find him. Check out his music. If you are in Michigan, check him out at one of his shows. You'll have tons of opportunities. As Jesse put it, there is a metric fuck ton of them this summer.
There is a lot.
So no excuses. You can definitely make it to one of them. And
Especially if you're in the northern Michigan area. If you're in
Yeah.
northern Michigan, you don't have any excuses whatsoever. I mean, you go onto the website,
story.
you go to the
What's the
mute- or
website,
main and
Jesse?
schedule. leefu.com.
Yes, nailed it. He nailed it.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Yeah, we've made
yeah,
this
you go on
really,
there.
really repeatable and really easy, guys. Y'all are marketing geniuses. Thank you.
Yeah, go onto the website and I mean just look. I mean, there's 3 different pages worth of shows that he's playing this summer. So I mean, you have no excuses of why not you should go see him. Probably a place that you're going to eat dinner or you're going out for some drink somewhere. I guarantee he's probably playing it somewhere.
absolutely.
Well, guys, thank y'all so much for having me on here. And I'm just going to say this on your show. Okay. If anybody here follows me and y'all came on here just to see this, y'all got to follow the Y'all Need Music podcast too. These guys are fantastic. They do an amazing job for independent artists and people who are grinding on the way up. So thank you both, Matt and Jesse, for having me here today. This has been a blast, guys. Just
Hell
just
yeah.
talking.
Thank you. Love it.
Yeah, we look forward to meeting up and seeing some live music and
Absolutely.
chatting it up and hanging out. And when I get up there, I'll actually offer you a whiskey and we'll have a good time.
I did.
Sounds good, brother.
I gave him a diet
good.
whiskey.
Yeah. He gave me the only mixer acceptable if you need to like dilute just a little bit.
There you go. There you go.
So we will catch
Y'all Need Music podcast. Out.